Hey there, and welcome to the Aligned Course Creators Podcast. I'm Dr. Rachel Silver, affectionately called Dr. Ray. I'm an instructional designer, course creation strategist, and your go to for operational support to align your vision with your action. Whether you're building a course, workshop, or program, I'll guide you through the creative and operational strategies that make everything work seamlessly. Here, we turn ideas into impact with clarity, structure, and efficiency. Let's dive in. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about something that I think is very, very important, and it's why we want to develop things from the learner's perspective. It really does matter. One of the most common mistakes I see course creators make is focusing too much on what they want to teach instead of thinking about how their learners will experience it and the outcomes that they'll have. So here's the truth: your course is not about you. It's about the people you're serving, okay? When you prioritize the learner's perspective, you create an experience. You create an experience that, I don't know, that resonates with your audience. You create an experience that keeps them engaged and helps them apply what they're learning to their life. You create an experience of impact. So let's talk about how you can do that and avoid some of the biggest mistakes along the way. All right, that sound okay? All right, if it sounds okay, go ahead and say that sounds okay in the comments. All right, I'm going to share some big mistakes so we know how to avoid them. So, mistake number one: overloading with content. Have you ever taken a course that felt like drinking from a fire hose? So much information, so little time to process it. This happens when we try to cram everything we know into one single course. So, how do you fix it? You want to focus on the essentials. What are the 3 to 5 key takeaways your learners need to achieve the outcome that you desire? 3 to 5. Anything beyond that really can be saved for another course or maybe some bonus content. It's very important to break it into chunks instead of creating one massive lesson. You want to break your content into smaller digestible modules. Each module should then really focus on one idea, one main idea. So let's say you're teaching a course on starting a business. Instead of covering branding, marketing, finances, operations, all in one lesson, you want to break those topics up in different modules. And then in each module, you can have lessons about that one topic. So ask yourself, if my learners could only remember one thing from this course, what would it be? And then you want to begin to design around that. So, mistake number one is overloading content. Mistake number two is skipping engagement opportunities. Learning isn't a passive process, it is an active one. So, if your course doesn't give learners opportunities to engage, they're more likely to check out, forget about what they learned. They might even forget they had the course and not even signed in to take it. So here's how you fix that. Because, I don't want to just share the mistakes. I want to share how you fix those mistakes as well. So the way that you fix that is you incorporate activities. You want to include exercises, quizzes, reflections that require learners to apply the material. You do want to use real world examples to show how the concepts work in real life. For example, if you're teaching time management, have your learners create a weekly schedule based on the strategies that you taught them for time management. You really want to encourage interaction as well. If your course is live or has a community component, you want to ask open ended questions and create opportunities for discussion to take place. So ask yourself, how can I get my learners to think, reflect, or act on what they're learning? The more they engage, the more they're going to retain. We remember the things and the experiences that we have more than people telling us about stuff. All right, so mistake number three is misaligned objectives. Every course should have a clear objective in every lesson, at least one. It should also have an activity and it should also have an assessment, and they should all align with that objective. Misaligned objectives lead to confusion and frustration for your learners, and that definitely impedes learning. Okay? So here's how to fix it. Start with the end in mind. Ask yourself, what change or what transformation or what outcome do I want my learners to experience by the end of this course? And then reverse engineer that thing, okay? Reverse engineer your lessons. Once you know the outcome, you can design the content, the activities, the resources, the support in order to get to that outcome. So, for example, if your objective is to teach people how to create a budget, your lesson should focus on income tracking, expense categorizing. I don't know if that's a word, saving strategies, not on mindset or investing. That would be another course, not the budgeting one. Ask yourself, does this lesson move my learners closer to the ultimate goal? If not, it's time to rethink it or cut it out. Now, I mentioned mindset. If it does reach the goal or if it impacts it, then you do want to include some of that in there. I'm gonna give you a little bonus tip. Test your course with a pilot group. One of the best ways to ensure your course is really learner centered is to have people actually take your course and get their feedback with that small group before, really launching it out to the masses. And how do you do that? So you offer a discounted or a free version of your course to a pilot group. You might have, a cap, and you just ask for their honest feedback. And you don't have to have a cap. You can just open it up to the world, but you're asking them their honest feedback, and you really want to look for where they're confused at any point. Where is there too much information in one section? Are they engaged and excited to learn more about it? And you then adjust your information accordingly. You want to use their feedback really to make your course more effective before launching it to a wider group, paying for ads and such like that. So testing with that private pilot group, it really does give your course some great things, but it gets another thing too. You get testimonials, and then you can use those testimonials when you go to market. So let's turn this into something you can use right now. Here are 3 steps to apply for what we've talked about today. One, you want to identify your key takeaways. You want to write down 3 to 5 main things that you want your learners to remember from your course or your program. Then you want to create an engagement plan. Think about how you'll keep your learners active. What is it that they're going to be doing? Is it exercises or quizzes or discussions? What are they doing with the information? And then you want to align your lessons. You want to review your content. Make sure every lesson supports your course's main objective. And then take some time to work through those steps after this episode. Go through it, use it. Trust me, your learners will definitely thank you for having that learner experience, okay? So before we leave, I want to ask you a question or two. Let's ask you a couple questions. Are you currently designing your course with the learner in mind? Are you designing it with their perspective and with the learner in mind? So that's question number 1. What's one thing you would change that you can make today to create a better experience for your learners? It's another question I want you to ask yourself. And if you need to pause or rewind, definitely do so. If you're willing to share, drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're applying these tips, okay? And I just want to, we do have the Align Course Accelerator also that has opened up. So if you are ready to go deeper and you really want to get a step-by-step guide to create your course, from branding all the way to course creation to marketing, I'd love to invite you to join the Align Course Accelerator. There's going to be a link available in the comments or in the video. So this is where I really walk you through everything from clarifying your vision to designing to building to launching your course. And so it's very, very helpful. And if you're unsure where to start or need a little extra help, book a consult with me. Together we'll create a roadmap that aligns your vision with your action, and we'll basically set you up for success. So that's also an option. I'll put that link in as well. All right, so before we get off, or before we wrap up, I do want you to remember this. Your course is a gift to the people you are called to serve. When you design with them, with the learners in mind, you're not just teaching. You are changing and impacting lives. I wanted you to remember that. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode. And if you're ready to take the next step, check out that Align Course Accelerator as well, or schedule a consult with me if you like. All right, I love to help you move forward. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode. My name is Dr. Rachel Silver, affectionately called Dr. Ray, and I enjoy helping you get the efficiency in your operations that you need today. Be blessed.